that set the climate. He's the guy that told the NRA they could shoot Hillary. He's the guy that told cops, why do you put prisoners in cars, not bang their heads why do you lower their head? He also said that this is a nation that if you come and protest, we'll take care of you at my protest. He set the climate.
You're telling me this is Donald Trump's fault? This is in the left. Violence is in the DNA of the American left and always has been.
You're high.
This is just the latest incarnation.
This president comes out every day and calls for violence.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Apparently, people in these states that you mentioned before have to deal with this new study out. It came out this week. The United States is 26th in the world with education and health care. You know who's 25th? South Korea.
You're hearing, but you're not. That's not what Cory Booker was saying. He's talking about how long in universal love. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and again, universal love is not a bad thing to be talking about when you have hundreds of thousands of women across this country who are sexually assaulted, and listen to a president mock them while he talks about a churning economy. If you can't see that disconnect, buddy, you got a big problem this fall, a big one.
What are they right now that unites all Democrats other than resistance and perhaps hashtag abolish ICE?
This Democratic Party is right now, they're battling over principle. The Republicans don't recognize that because where's the principle in the Republican Party right now? There is none. Pence is right when he says there's no comparison because Comey investigated Hillary Clinton and found nothing. Will the FBI investigate Pence? No, because they're too busy investigating the relationship between Sessions, Trump's personal attorney, Trump himself,
Chip, I do
and
have
the
to
Russians
correct you.
who hacked the DNC emails.
It's not that Comey found nothing. It's that Comey found that there wasn't enough for him to bring criminal charges.
No illegalities. He found no illegalities. By the way, who still uses AOL? My mother's 95. She's on Google Chat, right? Come on. First of all, you don't want a governor of a state who handles FBI terror threat assessments sending unsecured government documents on the same survey as pictures of his grandkids at creationist theme parks. It's just not a good idea. What Hillary Clinton did is the past. To bring her up again shows you they're in trouble. The financial crisis goes right back to the hands of Congress, and we're asking them to solve it.
Wow. Joining us now from Washington is one of the guys whose butts are being threatened, Chip Franklin of WBAL.
But you're not. That's not what Cory Booker was saying. He's talking about how long in universal love. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and again, universal love is not a bad thing to be talking about when you have hundreds of thousands of women across this country who are sexually assaulted, and listen to a president mock them while he talks about a churning economy. If you can't see that disconnect, buddy, you got a big problem this fall, a big one. We got to stand around and talk with Liam Neeson, and remember Dana Delaney?
Oh, yeah. Trying to Beach.
Yeah, my wife and I were sitting there talking. Yeah, we had a great time. But the problem is they make you wait for about 4 hours, and it's an open bar. So by the time I met President Clinton, I'm 3 sheets, and it's surreal because they announce the person's name, and then the photographers are all out there. So they say, ladies and gentlemen, Liam Neeson, ladies and gentlemen, Dana Delaney, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Charles Franklin. Everybody's like, oh, what the heck? Pelosi's a red herring. The real question is, does the U.S. government have a policy of torture? And the answer is, what is torture? Is it making detainees watch repeated viewings of Keith Olbermann? Maybe. I don't know. The point is that we have to decide on what kind of country we are.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Chip, would you be supporting Snoop Dogg if he had taken aim at President Obama, or if it had been a white performer taking aim at President Obama?
This is a stupid thing that Snoop Dogg did. And, the fact that we're all talking about it probably helps the sales and all. But let's just say, that Trump maybe sowed the seeds for this. This is the same guy that back when he was talking about Supreme Court justices said, I can't stop Hillary. Maybe the Second Amendment can. Maybe those people can. He also signed a bill that let mentally ill people buy guns. And he also said I could go into the middle of Times Square and shoot somebody. So he's used this metaphor before.
And the bottom line is that Snoop is a hypocrite, because let's all not forget that Snoop did his roast on Comedy Central. They were friends. He's got a family. He's a family man. The only reason why he did this was to get street credibility. That's the only reason why. It's ridiculous that he even went this way. And it makes all these young kids today look at this and say, oh, I can shoot a president. Or how about I shoot my principal?
Do you think that Snoop Dogg is inciting violence through this video and that it's dangerous?
Well, I think Matt skipped his last Xanax. It's not.
I had to get ready for you. I was a little, I want to make sure I was up with you, my friend.
Any of these Omarosa claims mean anything, or is this going to be something that's heard and forgotten over the next 24, 48 hours?
Well, let me ask you, do you really care? I mean, look, if he said
I'm asking you, does anybody really care?
Well, I mean, look, this president's on record for saying some things that just have both sides shaking their heads, you know, right down to the head of the Republican Party. This is just another thing. If he said the N-word and, you know, supposedly Tom Arnold had that on tape, I don't think it would affect his base. That's sad, but that seems to be the case.